What up, you guys? Is Jasmine. So, this is my first spiritual video. You guys, I've been on my spiritual journey for about 2 years now. And when I tell you it was a whirlwind, it was a whirlwind. But I feel really, really, really good. And I'm excited to share a lot of my experiences with you guys, a lot of things that I've gone through, a lot of things that I'm going through now. It really changes you. And it's like once you become awoken, it's like you can't go back to sleep. Like you can't. Like it's hard. And I'm still on my journey. So there's still things about me that I want to fix. I don't think I'm perfect. I still have a long way to go, okay? But I will definitely say I'm in a much better place today than I was before my journey. And it's crazy how life happens. Like for me, it was like God just started removing people out of my life, like back to back to back to back to back, to where I just felt so sad that I didn't have anyone to talk to anymore. So let me just break it down for you guys. I decided to quit my job on a whim. I was so miserable. I was so miserable. And I've been there for 6 years. And I hated it. I freaking hated it. And so, during COVID, I found out that people had an OnlyFans. And, at this point, I was like, anything is better than going to work. Like I was really on that. And I had been trying to start a business for years before COVID had even happened. But it had got to the point where I was like, I was willing to do anything just to get out of my 9 to 5. Like I hated the way they talked to me. I hated the way they treated me. I was the youngest person there at the time, so you already know what that comes with. It was just a lot. It was very toxic. I would cry all the time. I was drinking. It was a lot. It was a lot. I needed to go. I needed to go. And so when I found out that people were doing OnlyFans, I was like, well, where do I sign up? Let's go. Let's make something shake, right? Quit on a whim. Wasn't even making really any money on there, but I was ready to quit. Like I didn't want to do it anymore, so I quit. And one thing led to another, and I was able to pay all of my bills with OnlyFans. And I've been doing OnlyFans for almost 4 years now. 4 years, I think, like next month. Yeah, wow, it's crazy. And on my entrepreneur journey, I started to experience, well, at the time I didn't know what it was. Now I know what it is. It was envy. But I started to experience a lot of like weird behavior from my so called friends. It started turning into I'm expected to pay for everything. I'm doing more for other people than what they're doing for me because they see that I make good money now. I'm there for other people, but no one's there for me. I started to be taken advantage of. And at the time, like I said, I didn't know what it was. I had never experienced that before. So it's like I felt like something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was. And when I would start to say no to people, they no longer wanted to be my friend. They would block me on social. They would block my phone number. They didn't want anything to do with me anymore. So it left me alone. I didn't have anyone to really talk to because everyone's at work. I'm at home. I started to spend a lot of time by myself, basically. And during that time, I started to realize that the only person I need is me. And it was a completely different mindset than what I had before because before I thought I needed friends. Like I really thought I needed friends. I thought that in order to be successful, in order to be happy, I have to have all these friends around. And that's so not true. That's so not fucking true. And it wasn't an easy path. Like there was a lot of tears involved, a lot of crying, a lot of feeling empty, a lot of loneliness. But I realized I was so dependent on worldly things that I didn't realize that all I needed was me. Like, and it's crazy because the way God does it, it's like I said, people were getting removed out of my life like that, like back to back to back. He literally left me with no one but him. Like, the shit is crazy. It's crazy. It's so crazy. And, for anyone who's experienced that or is experiencing being by yourself right now, not having any friends, and I never had a lot of friends in the first place. I was always kind of introverted for the most part. I never, I was never that girl that had like 20 best friends. It was never that. I only had like maybe 4 or 5 friends. And we're using air quotes on friends. But for anyone who's experiencing that, just know that God is setting you up for something greater. You can't, how do I put this? You can't be your best self if you're always around other people, taking in other people's opinions. It was so crazy, you guys. There was a point where I would ask my friends what they thought about an idea I had. Like, I can't even make this up. Like, I cannot make this up. Like, I remember I wanted to start a YouTube channel. This was years ago. And I had asked one of my friends, I was like, what do you think about YouTube? I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel. And you know what this bitch said? You know what this bitch said to me? Why would you want to do that? And me being naive and unawoken at the time, I was like, yeah, you're right. I don't know why I would do that. That is stupid. And I never started that YouTube channel until, the past couple of years. But that's what I'm saying. When you're around a lot of people, y'all, you're going to start to take in their opinions. And just imagine if I had never brought that up to her and I had just did it and I was just mentally strong enough at the time to not need validation from other people. I could have been started a YouTube channel, right? So I'm telling you guys, being by yourself at the time when it first started happening, I thought it was like the worst thing ever. Like I said, I was depressed, I was crying, I was like, why does nobody like me? Why is this happening? Like just going through all these things. But now, that was the best thing that could have happened to me. It happened for me, not to me. It's the best thing that could have happened for me because I am so much more mentally stronger than I would have ever imagined years and years and years ago. And that's because I was I spent a lot of time by myself. I learned myself. So if you don't have any friends or if you're going through an awakening or you're starting to see things different, it's not bad. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with you. It's okay. It's going to get better. And use this time to just learn yourself. Learn yourself. Seriously, learn yourself. And you don't need friends. I've been able to accomplish more by being by myself than I ever accomplished when I had friends. Seriously, like seriously, it's like that. So you'll be okay. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you for this morning. I'm gonna try to make a video every day, every single day. We're gonna make a video. We're gonna talk outside. We're gonna chill. It's cold this morning. Normally it's warmer, but it's cold. I'm about to hit the gym though, so I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.